Yo, it's Brian here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. In this one, looking at start, cut, bench, wide receiver edition. This one should be exciting. I think we know who's going to be the starters, obviously, for week one, but the depth chart is a little bit more questionable, so I'll be getting into that in a second. I hope you guys had a great Tuesday. Nothing too crazy for me. I hope you guys had a great long weekend, and yeah, let's just strap back, have the rest of the week, talk about the rest of the positions, and talking about the 49ers and the whole grand scheme of the NFL. How do they rank in terms of being the best team in the NFL? Let's get this video started. But before I do, as always, please like and subscribe. That's going to definitely help me out a lot. Click that bell notification to get notified of future videos. Share the channel, share this content with fellow Niner faithfuls. Let's get this started. 49ers, start, cut, bench, wide receiver edition. Getting to the receivers right now. The 49ers last year, they kept about 6 or 7 people for the roster come week one. I'm going to be doing about the same thing as well. This one, I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive and picking 6 guys to be on this week one roster by the time everything is said and done. First 2 guys, obviously Deebo Samuel, Brandon Aiyuk. Those are the guys that are locked on to be the 49ers starting receivers in 2021. You guys seen them for the past year or two. They're amazing. When they're healthy, they can make a big difference maker, especially Samuel. I'm a big fan of his. Aiyuk, he's more the polished receiver, I guess you want to call, for an NFL guy, but Samuel, he's the jack of all trades. So having these 2 guys, very invaluable. That's pretty much obvious for any 49er fans that these 2 will make the roster. They'll be the starting guys come 2021 week 1. 2 guys out of the way, 4 guys to go. Another guy that I'm a big fan of and I believe they will keep is Richie James. I'm a big fan of his. Last year in 2020, when Kyle gave him more opportunities as a receiver, he really took advantage of it. The game against the Packers is the biggest example. He has struggled a little bit in returns. He did fumble once or twice. I think the one against the Cowboys, but other than that, as a receiver, very invaluable. I think if you're looking for a guy that needs to spark up an offense, if this offense is struggling, you go with Richie. I've been a big fan of his for the past couple of years. Richie, if you're watching this, I love you big time, and I've been rooting for you ever since you've been with the 49ers as a late round draft pick. I believe he will be on the roster. That's the 3rd guy, and he could take over the role of Kendrick Bourne, the 3rd down red zone guy, a guy that can spark up an offense. So number 3, Richie. 3 other guys to look forward to, but the problem with them is that they have a lot of injury history. It's going to be very complicated, but I think we can find the guys that can fit really well with the 49ers. One guy that I believe will make the roster, this might be a little bit surprising, maybe not, but I'm going to be picking Travis Benjamin. I think he has a lot of potential. He has been great when he was with the Chargers, when he was healthy, and also at that time the team wasn't really that good offensively. They were struggling a lot mightily, and the offensive line was terrible, but him coming to the 49ers this year, or I should say last year, better offensive line, better running game, better quarterback situation beforehand, before Justin Herbert got there in the Chargers. He did not play last year in 2020, so that might ding him up a couple of points, but I think having a veteran presence is going to be a big difference maker. Benjamin being in a better situation, being hopefully healthier now than he was in the past couple years. Yes, he will be on the roster, I believe, and I think the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, they should give him a chance to have him be on the roster and see what he can do. So he'd be the 4th guy on my list of the guys that make the roster. I would love to see him play, definitely, especially not seeing him in 2020 last year. 5th guy on this one is another surprising one, I would say. It's going to be Jalen Hurd. I know that seems weird to say that's a surprise, but he hasn't played at all for the 49ers yet. It's been very disappointing. He looks like he could be the big difference maker that we need on this offense to take it to the next level in terms of the top offense in the league. He's very big, very physical, could be a tight end as well, but just hasn't stepped on the field yet, which is very disappointing. He was drafted in 2019 in the 3rd round, didn't play at all in the regular season, didn't play at all in 2020 with injuries and everything like that. But hopefully this year in 2021, a lot of people are very confident that he will play. Jimmy Garoppolo is very excited for him to come onto the field for the first time in the regular season. I'm ready for that. Assuming that he stays healthy, assuming that he does not have any more setbacks, he will be on this roster. He will be one of the guys that can make a big difference in this receiving core. He'll be on this roster. So Jalen, I hope he's on this team. I hope everything's going well in terms of health and everything like that. If he can stay healthy, I think he's going to be a beast in the NFL. Look out for him. I think he makes the roster for the 49ers. The last spot, this one could be a toss-up between a lot of guys. I mean, the other guys that are still on this team, Cracraft, Jauan Jennings, Trent Sherfield, Austin Watkins, and Kevin White. Those are guys that were top draft picks like Kevin White, but hasn't really panned out because of injury. Guys that are getting up there in age like Mohamed Sanu. I don't know. This one's a little bit more of a pick 'em, whoever you prefer for them to pick for this last roster spot, if I had to pick somebody, I'd probably pick Austin Watkins. And he's a rookie. He's an undrafted player, but as you all know, Kyle Shanahan always gives opportunities for new guys to make a big difference, and he could be a big difference maker. He came from UAB, and, guys that are undrafted have a chip on their shoulder. I expect him to play really well for the 49ers in training camp and also preseason. This one determines really all that. But other guys that could make the roster, maybe Mohamed Sanu, he could be a big difference maker. I know Aiyuk is a big fan of his, and he was upset when he was cut by the team, but at the same time, we do need a little bit more production for other receivers. So Sanu, I don't think he makes the team, but it'd be interesting. Let's see what the 49ers approach to the last spot for the receiver position. Kevin White, he hasn't been really given a fair opportunity to the Bears. They've been really terrible. He himself has had a lot of injury problems, and he hasn't been playing well in the NFL as well. So I don't expect him to be on the team, but you never know. River Cracraft, he did okay in 2020 with everybody being out, but at the same time, he leaves much to be desired. I think there's other options, in my opinion, for the last spot. So Watkins, assuming that he does use the chip on his shoulder as an undrafted guy, and they give him a lot of great coaching, he'll take the last spot in this whole 49ers spot as the final man roster. But the last one, you can either pick whoever you want, but Watkins, I think they're going to be more inclined to pick him than anybody else for the last receiver spot. So in summary, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Aiyuk, Richie James, Jalen Hurd, Travis Benjamin, and rookie Austin Watkins will be the receivers for week 1, and I can't wait to see that. Jauan Jennings would be a great option as well, but I don't know. It's been really iffy, and he hasn't played at all in 2020 for the active roster. He's been on the practice squad forever, but he could get the opportunity as well, so watch out for him. That's it, guys. Please let me know what you guys think about the receiving core. Please let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. That's going to help me out a lot. I'll be catching you guys up hopefully tomorrow on a Wednesday. I'll see y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Go Niners all day.